Why does the procure-to-pay process matter so much? Procure-to-pay, or P2P, is a vital process that encapsulates the journey of requisitioning, purchasing, receiving, paying for, and accounting for goods and services. It's a fundamental cog in the machinery of any business, large or small. So what are the key steps involved in this P2P process? P2P involves a series of steps, right from requisitioning to vendor selection, purchase order creation, receipt of goods, invoice processing, payment processing, and finally, reconciliation. Each step is integral to ensure smooth operations. But how do you ensure compliance within the P2P process? Compliance can be ensured by strictly adhering to organizational policies, vendor contracts, and regulatory requirements. Also, software solutions with built-in compliance checks can be a game changer. What role does accounts payable play in the P2P process? Accounts payable is the backbone of the P2P cycle. It takes care of invoice processing, approves payments, and handles disbursements. What if there are discrepancies between purchase orders, goods receipts, and invoices? Discrepancies are part and parcel of any process. They can be resolved through reconciliation processes, effective communication with vendors, and collaboration with internal stakeholders. What are some common challenges in accounts payable? Accounts payable often grapples with issues like manual invoice processing, late payments, duplicate invoices, and reconciliation errors. How do payments get prioritized in accounts payable? Payments are prioritized based on a few factors: vendor terms, invoice due dates, and the criticality of the goods or services provided. What about vendor management? How does that work? Vendor management is a multifaceted approach. It involves evaluating vendor performance, negotiating contracts, maintaining vendor relationships, and conducting regular vendor assessments. How do you assess vendor performance? Vendor performance can be gauged through metrics such as on-time delivery, quality of goods or services, responsiveness to inquiries, and adherence to contractual terms. What strategies can be employed to negotiate better vendor terms? Negotiating better vendor terms can be achieved by leveraging volume discounts, extending payment terms, seeking price concessions, and establishing mutually beneficial partnerships. How can vendor risks be mitigated? Vendor risks can be mitigated through due diligence, diversifying vendor portfolios, establishing contingency plans, and implementing robust contract management processes. What role does technology play in P2P and accounts payable? Technology is a powerful tool that can automate manual processes, improve efficiency, enhance visibility, and strengthen controls in P2P and accounts payable functions. How can data accuracy in P2P and accounts payable be ensured? Data accuracy can be ensured through validation checks, data reconciliation, periodic audits, and utilizing reliable software solutions. How can the P2P process be streamlined? Streamlining the P2P process involves standardizing processes, implementing workflow automation, reducing cycle times, and optimizing supplier relationships. How are vendor disputes handled? Vendor disputes are handled through open communication, documentation of issues, negotiation, and escalation procedures outlined in vendor contracts. What metrics are used to measure the effectiveness of the P2P process? Metrics such as invoice processing time, accuracy of payments, cost per invoice, early payment discounts captured, and vendor satisfaction scores are used to measure the effectiveness of the P2P process. How is compliance with tax regulations in accounts payable ensured? Compliance with tax regulations is ensured through adherence to tax laws, accurate tax calculations, timely tax payments, and proper documentation. In conclusion, the P2P process, accounts payable, and vendor management are integral components of any business. They involve a series of steps, from requisitioning to payment, and require meticulous attention to ensure smooth operations, compliance, and effective vendor relationships. Leveraging technology and implementing robust processes can help overcome challenges and optimize these functions.